Is estimation. First of all, let's see what is estimation. A very easy wording definition which I wrote here is a rough calculation of the value. This is called estimation. You can estimate your result, you can estimate your weight, everything you can estimate. You can rough calculate, you can simply say a guess. Okay, you can guess the diameter of sun, you can guess the diameter of ball pen, everything you can estimate because it's just a rough calculation. So this is your estimation. Next, we are going to do some questions related to estimation. Let's do the question. A toy costs 35,000 Indonesian rupee. The conversion rate is Indonesian rupee 1 is equals to PKR Pakistani rupees 0.018. जी उन्होंने आपको कन्वर्जन रेट बता दिया है. एक्सचेंज रेट इज़ 1 इंडोनेशियन रुपीज़ 0.018 पाकिस्तानी रुपीज़ के बराबर होता है जी, इक्वल होता है. एस्टिमेट द प्राइस ऑफ टॉय इन पाकिस्तानी रुपी. आपने क्या करना है जी, एस्टिमेट करनी है टॉय की प्राइस PKR में. हाउ वी कैन सॉल्व इट, because it's the question of estimation and you have to estimate. You are not given, you are not have to solve it accurately, you have to just estimate the price. Okay, so what we will do in the solution, I am writing what the rate is given. 1 Indonesian rupee is equals to how many Pakistani rupees? It's 0.018. So it is, I would say, close to 0.02 in simple and easy words. This is your simplification, this is your estimation. You have to estimate it. So I estimate, you can say 1 Indonesian rupee is equals to 0.02 Pakistani rupee. Now the simplification is easy for us because the toy costs 35,000 Indonesian rupee. So I have to multiply by 1 with 35. It becomes 35,000 Indonesian rupee, and to find the value of PKR we have to multiply 0.02 by 35,000 because you have to multiply by both sides. In math, I have already told you, when you do any question, you can perform any operation by yourself, so you have to apply the operation on both sides of the equation, on left hand side as well as on the right hand side. Always remember that you can't do this on one side and left the other side. Always do whatever operation you are applying, you have to do on the both sides, so its overall effect become cancel and the question remains same. So moving towards our questions, it's 35,000 multiplied 35,000. So after multiplication you will get the answer, and for multiplication I am just trying to do it simple. Remove its point, it becomes 1, and how many digits? 2, so I write 2 zeros. It becomes 2 over 100 multiplied by 35,000. 2 zeros cancel, and what you have to do, multiply 350 by 2, it becomes 700. So 35,000 Indonesian rupee is equal to how many Pakistani rupee? These are 700 rupees. The price of estimated, you say estimated price of toy in Pakistani rupees is 700. That's it. This is your question, and I would say this is the most simple and easy question. because you have to just estimate. Let's do another question so you would get clear concept of estimation. Our next question is this: you have to simplify it and estimate your answer. Okay, I'm seeing this is square root 145.6. It's the value in point, and it's not easy to find the value, so estimate it correct up to that value which you know the square root. For example, I know the square root of 144 and it's the complete square root. It means you don't get any value in the point, you get just one whole number which is the square of this number. If you get the square root of this number, you get the whole one answer divided by this is the cube root. So I would like to estimate the value 65.4 to up to that value which becomes a cube root. For example, 64, I know it's the cube of 4, so I write it 64, because you have to just estimate the value. So use the easy way, use the simple way where you can easily find the solution. It's become 12 square divided by cube root, and 64 can be written as 4 cube. For your convenience, I am making the factors here. 64 4 power 3 becomes 64, and 144 if you divide by 12 it becomes 12, and when you divide it again by 12 it becomes 1. So 12 square is 144 and 4 cube is 64. So I write both of them like this. Now square is cut by square root and cube is cut by cube root. It becomes 12 divided by 4. Simply you have to divide 12 by 4 and you will get the answer 3. This is your answer, this is your simplification. You have to estimate it, so just do the estimation as near as possible, as easy as possible you can do. The other thing in this topic, in this lecture we will discuss is directed numbers. In the directed numbers you have to know the upper bound, one thing, and the lower bound. What is the upper bound and lower bound? It's the when you have to ask find the lower bound of this value or find the upper bound of this value. When you have to ask to find the upper bound of this value, you have to, for example, this is the value, you have to find the upper bound. Upper means upper, so you have to just add 0.5 in the given value and it becomes the upper bound of the value. And you have to find the lower value. When you have to ask to find the lower bound of the given value, you have to just subtract 0.5 from the given value. It becomes the lower bound of the given value. So in some questions you are asked to find the upper bound of the value, and you will see there is some questions where you have to ask to find the lower bound, so you have to just subtract 0.5. Next we are going to do another question which is related to directed numbers, and the questions are related to temperature, and you have to find the temperature change, temperature difference. Okay, so let's do the question. This is the question we are given. The temperature at foot of mountain was 16 degree. The temperature at a height of 3000 meter on mountain was -4 degree. Find the difference between these temperatures. This is your mountain. At the foot the temperature is 16 degree, and at the height of 3000 meters, 3000 meters, the temperature is -4 degrees Celsius. You have to find the difference between these two temperatures. Simple difference, you can find it by subtracting, and for subtraction you use the higher point to subtract from the lower. This is the higher point, this is the lower point. So simple to find difference, higher temperature minus higher temperature minus lower temperature. Because it's the temperature below is 16 and then it's minus 4. It means my 16 is some cold, okay, but minus 4 is very very cold. So what the higher temperature is, minus 4 is higher temperature and 16 is lower temperature. You have to judge it, you have to feel the temperature, so you can judge it more easily and more accurately, because the temperature you are given is 16 and minus 4. 16 is some cold but minus 4 is very very cold. So which is higher? Minus 4 degree is your highest temperature and you have to subtract it minus 16 degrees Celsius. Okay ji. You have to find the difference between these two temperatures and what we will get. So minus minus plus and 16 plus 4, it becomes 20 degrees Celsius, and sign we are writing the larger value has minus, so we put minus here. So the difference between these two temperatures is minus 20 degrees Celsius, minus indicating how the cold is 4 degrees Celsius temperature is, it's negative, so it means minus 20 degree means it's 20 degrees cold. 4 degree is basically 20 degrees cold than 16 degree. But you can also do the question in this way: higher temperature, if you take 16 degree and minus lower temperature is 4 degrees Celsius, so it becomes 16 and minus minus plus 4, which is again becomes 20 degrees Celsius. But you write 20 degrees Celsius, you have to find the difference between the temperatures. So the 20 degrees Celsius is the difference. You can say it is from minus 4 degrees Celsius. From minus 4 degrees Celsius to 16 degrees Celsius, how much temperature is? 20 degree is warmer because it is in positive. But if you write the temperature from 16 degrees Celsius to negative 4 degrees Celsius, the temperature is minus 20 degree colder. If you talk about 16 to 4 minus 4, it is minus 20 degree answer. It means it is colder, it is 20 degree colder. But if you say minus 4 to 16, you will say it is 20 degree warmer, because here you move from lower to higher and from here you move from higher to lower. So it can be done in both the ways. This is your question. I hope you understood it.